Welcome to Secret House Against the World.
Secret House.
Or Tokyo's Secret House Against the World.
Not the Texas one.
We are in an undisclosed location somewhere in Tokyo.
Hey.
I'm Ike Bukuro, and I am your host today. And I'm joined by Mega and DJ L Spade.
What's up?
And today we are reviewing the new Boldy James and Alchemist Super Tecmo Bo.
Great play on words,
Bo.
by the way.
Bo.
Yeah, this is a follow-up of their earlier release in the year, Bo Jackson, and their second project since The Price of Tea in China that dropped in 2019, I want to say, perhaps, maybe.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, I heard, and I'm not exactly sure how accurate this is, but the first 4 or 5 tracks on this were a bonus EP that was supplemental to the vinyl release of Bo Jackson, and then they added 4 or 5 extra tracks to round this out and just released it.
Which works with the title as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Super Tecmo Bowl is like a legendary game or whatever.
Yo, shout
you
out to Super Tecmo Bo. Did you grow up on Tecmo Bo?
I mean, that's one of the reasons I was a big fan of Bo Jackson, because he
yo,
was the
it
best
was
player.
cheating, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you should get Bo Jackson, hit the sideline, and you was gone.
But you know, like like back in that Super Nintendo era, when you had like the enhanced version of the game, the sequel, the follow-up, it was always super whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Mario Bros. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart. I think that was the first one actually. But
Regular
you know,
NES stuff.
you always put the Super, with the SNES. So I kind of like, this feels like it's the Super version of Bo Jackson, like a Super Street Fighter 2.
I mean, it's
Turbo.
shorter. It's only 9 tracks, only 26 minutes, so it very much would feel it to me. It's like an EP feeling to me.
It's EP.
But
Deal.
but yeah, I did a review of Bo Jackson with Terrence with Cliff from Tokyo Speaks podcast on the channel, and that's there. It's just us two, so it's under the odd side for Divine releases. But we both really enjoyed that album. I said it there. I'm kind of a new fan of Boldy. I found out about him last year. It was shout out to Jansport J. Y'all know Jansport J. Everybody know Jansport J.
I mean, I don't know him personally.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
dope though.
Yeah, well, he's the one. He introduced me to it when we were recording the podcast here, and he introduced me to the song Caruth, which I should have heard it because I'm a huge Alchemist fan. I just kind of flew under my radar for a minute, for like a month. He told me about it like a month after, but yeah, that's where I heard about Boldy James, and so kind of like a year in my kind of experiences with him. But he's been doing it for what, like a decade. He's been doing it for a whole minute.
Yeah.
He's like our age. He's like 38, 39, I think. Yeah.
Shout out to our age.
Your
Yeah,
age.
shout out to
Your age.
Shout out to that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Boldy. What do you guys know about him? Are you guys familiar?
No.
Okay.
Nah.
No? Really?
No. I mean, I knew the name.
I didn't know the
remember.
name.
Maybe you told me about Price of Tea in China. I didn't listen to it. I mean, I like Alchemist, but that dude releases a lot of music,
Yeah,
and
super
I'm not a
prolific.
hardcore enough fan.
Great
to
year for that
listen
guy.
to
Made all the money.
everything he puts out.
Last year he was Grammy nominated, right?
I mean, I think every year is a good year for Alchemist lately.
Prolific.
Alfredo should have won that Grammy as well.
I agree.
Nah.
Yeah, I think,
Over the King's Disease.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how Gibbs was like, "Fuck Nas." Oh, shout out
he
to
was
Gibbs.
out with it,
He's just
yeah.
like, "Fuck Nas." Gibbs is hard, and I hope he's doing all right. I guess he got jumped by Jim James' crew recently. Jim Jones.
Jim Jones? Jim James?
I'll be fucking up. When I did the review last time, I was like, we're about to review the new album from Boldy Jackson. I mean, Bo James. I mean, Boldy James.
And the Sorcerer.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, so we all kind of new to it. We all kind of new to Boldy James. I do like I think that him and Benny are some of the most vivid coke rap MCs out in terms of storytelling, and just giving you like a vivid look into it. It's almost like some Mario Puzo, really deep, intense things that I wouldn't even think about the drug game that they're able to kind of highlight and put out there. I do like
Mario
Boldy a lot.
Puzo.
Yeah, Super Mario Puzo. Yeah. But yeah, I really, this is another album for me. Alchemist just doesn't really miss for me. I'm a huge fan of his production. I'm surprised that you like The Evidence so much, but don't like Alchemist, because I feel like Alchemist does Evidence better.
I think I'm on Alchemist, like, overload or burnout, dude. It's like dude been so active and busy this year, and that's kind of like when I listen to this album, like Alchemist beats. Not saying the beats are bad. It's just like, man, I done heard you so much this damn year, bro. It's like, okay, that's an Alchemist beat. Oh, yeah, and masterfully done, but the beats are not complex, and it's not a slight against Alchemist. I'm not saying his beats are not good, but objectively they're not complex. It's just a sample with some drums on it in most cases. Damn good sample, but we're not gonna sit here and pretend like he got the technical expertise of a Swindle to actually hit these chord progressions and laying down these vocals. So before y'all shoot at me, just know I'm being honest.
I agree, but I also think that Alchemist is pretty versatile in terms of the MCs he works with and how he fits his style onto other rappers.
Yeah.
Obviously, this guy has an insane library of samples he's drawing from, and it's like, I can't imagine Boldy James over some of the beats that were on Haram.
That was kind of my critique of this album, man. I felt like it was like, okay, first let me say, this album didn't overwhelm me. It didn't underwhelm me. I was just whammed.
You are thoroughly well.
I'm just whammed, bro. It was just like, I felt like it was Moneybagg Yo rapping over Alchemist beats. Like dead ass. It felt me like a southern flow talking about drugs over like different beats. And I don't even know if it really
Moneybagg
matched.
Yo though.
Yeah, pretty much, y'all. I felt the same way.
in
Is
terms
that a
of even
phrase
the,
or is
no, it's a human being.
These lyrics
Oh,
ain't that
whoa.
complex or bold or
They're-
anything, dog.
I mean,
They just lyrics, bro. It's just dope lyrics, dope game lyrics.
do you feel the same way about like Prodigy? Would you say the same thing about Prodigy? Because I see, I draw a lot of comparisons to them, and I think it's one of the reasons that Boldy works so well with Alchemist's relationship with Prodigy. But like
I feel like Prodigy is overrated, but you know.
oh man, that hurts.
I mean, I'm not saying that's not
I don't think
bad.
that he's overrated or underrated. I think he's just rated.
I think-
Well.
Well, yeah. No, like I really get a Prodigy vibe. It's like a lot of his lines, a lot of his raps are not complex in the same
Not
way
at all.
Prodigy is, but Prodigy had the ability to, stab your brain with your nose bone. He, break bread, ribs, $100 bills, and when you listen to Prodigy, especially being an East Coast rapper, which Boldy is from Detroit,
Right.
There's similarities in the
Adjacent.
approach, but Prodigy a lot of times he wouldn't rhyme, and neither does Boldy, but there's like an eloquence to it, a simplicity that is just really good to me. I don't know, like Moneybagg Yo.
Pretty much, man.
Dog.
Like it's a direct line to me. I'm like, yeah, this is Moneybagg Yo
Bro,
over Alchemist.
$1 million worth of game out in Tucson. The plug know my first name. My face is like a coupon.
Yeah, yo.
Crazy.
Moneybagg Yo, definitely.
I wish Moneybagg Yo said stuff like that. I might listen to him.
I
Listen to Moneybagg Yo.
I don't know if
album.
this is a criticism I have of that album, but where I think my own personal biases kind of were, because I like this album a lot actually, but I think the one thing where my personal biases kind of step in is that I think I have like Griselda burnout,
Word.
and it's like,
Same.
as someone who has never sold drugs, at least if you ask my parents or the police, no, I've never
Hey,
sold drugs. Look at my
Shout out to
sweater.
your parents. Fuck the police.
Now the sweater's a good put off. Yeah, look at my sweater.
It's never. I modeled this sweater. I modeled this shit for Uniqlo.
This fool be
like-
on billboards. We was out in Shinjuku the other day. And he's
be
like, wait,
everywhere.
wait. That's me.
I saw you. Man, I saw you.
Wait. That's me. I'm
This
like,
guy.
yo.
I'm like, yo.
Yeah. Bro, the biggest billboard in Shinjuku, and this fool is just popping up. Like, hey,
I'm like,
shout
oh.
out to Jet Axel.
But it's like, I find a lot of the, some of this drug rap is dope to me, but I listened to a lot of it these last couple of years. And I love Benny the Butcher, I fucking adore West Side Gun. Hitler Wears Hermes 8 could have made my top 10 this year if I'd listened to it more, I think.
it didn't for the reasons you're stating.
But yeah, I'm a little burnt out on this kind of music right now, I think.
I kind of wanted to give a little bit more praise to the actual ability and kind of rebuttal to some of what he was saying before I got into it. but there is an aspect of me, and I also talk about this in the earlier review. It's like my man is 38 years old, and this is like very not only is it very like strongly just coke rap, but it's really a lot of the shit is telling on himself in a lot of
There's a lot
ways.
of dry
too.
snitching going on this. I was going to
He's
say
like
that.
hella shooting up.
Yes.
I mean, it's
A
like
lot of dry
it's like
snitching.
if you're talking about the experiences you had and the things that made you. I can see how a person's environments and their living conditions could lead to this type of survival and approach, but it's also like.
Bro,
You
why?
39 years old. Are you talking about actually doing this shit now? Or are you talking about experience you had? In that line with a lot of the Griselda rappers, specifically Benny and specifically Boldy, who I'm not even sure is with Griselda, but adjacent undoubtedly and works with them frequently. It's a thing about me that I just can't really listen to coke rap all the time.
I think your previous critique of Planet Asia fits perfectly. Like everything you said on that one, it fits perfectly on this one.
It does, but
Yes.
but the difference, and for people that don't know, check out our Planet Asia Evidence album review. I get into it. It's a 5% critique, but with this, I don't feel like he has the same responsibility, and I wouldn't necessarily hold it against him. But this is a music that I listen to.
Yeah,
When
but
it comes
it's
to the
flat.
trap, when I actually think that this is really high quality in a lot of ways. But
I'm talking about the content is flat.
The content is so typical
Yeah, it's flat.
of,
Yeah,
it's
just-
structured. It's coke rap.
and that's one of the things about the music to me. It's so typical about the toxic traits that are projected about black males in
Yeah,
society.
absolutely,
He don't
okay.
really talk about
Nothing.
like me and my bitch, but he definitely do like arguing with my bitch type of shit.
Yeah.
And that's dope. But I try not to view it as a movie, but I have to almost view it as a movie in order for me to be okay with experiencing it in enjoyment, because otherwise it's mad toxic.
Then this is a B movie, bro. Like it's not.
Bro!
No. I'm gonna tell you what. It's a movie that's done well, but just
300 Fences. What do you think about that story? It's so vivid. It's so clear. It's so eloquently put together. The beat is ill. It's some of the best rap storytelling I've heard. Simple lines. Put him in the backseat of my Benz. Took off in the wind. 5 minutes away from where I live. Made it to the crib. None of that rhymes, but it's so fucking like boldy.
I feel
It's
like this
so
is indicative
forward.
of a 2 Chainz or something like that. I feel like this was just regular
2
dude
Chainz
rap.
don't do
I
that,
feel like this is
dog.
regular dude rap, man. You listen to this, nothing really stands out to make me say, "Oh my god, dude, busting those bars." It's just and it's not bad. It's just like
He's not really
alright.
a
I'm
bar
not ever
MC.
the bars though. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Well,
not a bar
I'm
MC.
just saying, I was whammed, just whammed. I'm like, okay.
But he got some dope rhymes too. They call me Bo Jax because I run pills and dump bases. The whole battle was an uphill climb. Niggas had to grind it out like the front brakes.
Right.
Hey, he's dope.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, grind it out with the first.
Yeah.
The best one.
But also
was
in
the
that same
Hootie.
track, me and Swally had 3 bodies on the same gun. Like,
Yeah,
are you
snitching?
telling yourself?
Yeah, I was-
I was like, what's okay.
I mean, the best line was from the feature. Dude was like 5 deep eating
Ice
Chinese
Cold
food in the
Bishop.
hoopty. Yeah.
Ice Cold Bishop is hard.
Yeah, that whole track is fucking
Yeah.
hard. Hot Water Tank. That was my favorite on the record.
Yeah, mine
That
too.
little sample, which I don't know, it sounds like the music you get when you save the game in like Dragon Quest 4 or something. Like that sample is so catchy. It's been in my head all day. I've been whistling that like coming here.
When I first heard Ice Cold Bishop, I was like, it sounded like some real West Coast Danny Brown energy, and it's kind of like that upward weird vocal inflection style, like a Z looper or some shit. But when he was like, "Niggas killed my cousin," I was like, "Oh shit!" They got him. Yo, no, like it's real. Like I grew up in the '90s in Los Angeles, like Southern California, where I saw a lot of gangsters, real gangsters, and I saw a lot of people who were genuine fakes that didn't have to live that life, that went to that life just because they thought it was appealing. And that's why I can't really rock with some of this, because I
Same
think
here.
it's kind of negative.
Exactly.
But the quality of bars is just astounding. He's really, really dope to me when it comes to just being eloquent in the same way of like a Prodigy.
His voice is cool as well. I really
Yeah.
like his voice.
He has a nice
Yeah.
voice.
And sometimes it gets a little tiring for me because it's very monotone, very straightforward. But Alchemist, like you said earlier, Alchemist's ability to kind of like, what's that second track? No Laughing Matter. The beat kind of makes it feel like Boldy's a little bit more up tempo, but he's not.
Hook was booty.
Yeah.
A lot of these hooks was booty.
I don't.
Being honest.
Well, even the TRU, I thought you might fuck with TRU.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, because no limit. Yeah, that was
right?
dope. That's the only one.
The youngsters might not know about that, but we remember the T, a little bit crooked
Yeah.
RU. True.
Let Uncle
TRU?
DJ L Spade tell you about the days of No Limit when the South/West Coast took
You don't
over
have
the
to
rap
do that.
game.
Yeah,
You're good.
I would not.
You're good.
Took
Patreon.
Yeah.
Check me on Patreon for that one.
Yeah, I just enjoy it for what it is. But you know, it's one of those things like you eat if you only eat Cheetos, your shit is going to be orange.
Red.
And you know what I mean?
Flaming
and it's
Hots.
like, yeah, I don't fuck with the Flaming Hots like that. But if you only eat a certain type of food, that's what your shit's going to be like.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Alchemist and champion him, I like his work when he works with a little bit different style artists
Yes,
sometimes.
it didn't match well.
Well,
at
you
all.
didn't. You know, you didn't like Haram either, and that hurt my feelings too, brother. And that's Alchemist. And
You know,
to be honest,
there's a point where we're gonna have to just get over this, man.
yeah. Well, we're still in year one. I'm allowed to. The album just came out this year. We're gonna get over it.
Haram was what, the second album we reviewed?
It was the first day we reviewed, I think. Yeah. So,
Next week it is going to be 2022.
Yeah.
By the time you are watching this, it is probably 2022. It's time
if
to
I
move on.
could, yeah, okay. That's the last time I'm gonna
okay.
reference
Yo,
it.
but I always tell y'all,
He
man, the
apologized.
Arm and Hammer jump, man, I was shooting off a little bit. I don't know how many times I can say it.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Like, yo,
It's
Yeah,
fine.
it is fine. It is
It's fine.
But one of the things I do want to say about your critique of the beats on this is that on the surface, on a really like surface level listen, they sound just simple, repetitive. But I hear a lot of things that he's doing during the tracks, adding other elements, and I should have made more notes about that to anticipate a critique of the beats being simple. But there's a lot going on in some
They're
of these
masterfully
beats.
chopped. Like
Yeah.
the way he chopped these samples are masterful. I think I said this in the previous podcast about Alchemist. The man knows how to put together a sample. The way he picks out samples and chop them. But once again, I'm not gonna sit here and say that like picking out a sample and chopping it and reversing it and taking this one part and adjusting over here and quantize it is the same level of expertise as somebody actually doing chord progressions out there playing live instruments.
You
It just ain't.
almost talking about two different genres of music. Though.
But it's still music, man. It's like the whole apples and oranges. It's still fruits.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
we can't compare like an alternative rock album to a math rock album in a lot of ways.
Okay. I
But
hear what you're
also,
saying.
it's I would you want Alchemist doing some swindle shit
Not saying I want that. I'm just saying
with Boldy James
for what he is. I'm just saying I'm tired of not tired. You do a great job, Alchemist. I don't want nobody jumping on me. Love Alchemist. I'm just saying I'm burnt out
Top
from
10.
hearing like
I
all that this whole
Top
year.
10 all time.
I agree with you that
Disagree with
I'm
that.
kind of burnt out by it as well. Like I said earlier on in the review, or in this conversation rather, because I feel like we're not talking about the album that much. But I think, like, I don't know, Alchemist, like playing the piano real good wouldn't enhance this album at all. And the mood of this kind of like coke rap, I like my dusty samples.
Yeah.
I like, you know, the kind of ambience and the mood that is set by Alchemist beats on here. I
Didn't match for
don't
me.
come to
Look-
this for musicianship.
Right. That's the thing too. It's like when 1995, Ghostface Killer, All That I Got Is You. The song is powerful, and at the time it had, still now, but it had zero drums. Zero drums. It's just a sample loop, and it's him being as real as fuck. And I believe that like there's this kind of new neo boom bap tradition relies on that, and sometimes people can't make it work because the content is not powerful enough.
I would say-
I think Boldy is powerful enough for it.
Nah, I disagree. I feel like if you're gonna give me a great sample loop like that, your lyrics need to be stronger, my guy. I just feel like this wasn't up to there. I feel like it just didn't even match. Like the beats and the lyrics didn't even match each other for me personally.
I'm really kind of. I thought you might not like it for the beats, but I'm kind of surprised at your critique about Boldy because, like, you quite honestly, you're one of the only people that I've heard really say that he's not good at writing.
No, I didn't say he wasn't good at writing. I'm just saying it's just flat. It's just like, all right, dude, the flat lyric.
Is it the
Boldy James
tone
is
of his
not a
voice or
bad-
the
No,
content?
Okay, the monotone delivery does get kind of taxing after a while. It's like, yo, I don't know if you're built to have a whole album
feel
by
that.
yourself, but the lyrics themselves are just, and I'm not trying to say this pejoratively, they're just basic lyrics. Once again, I can hear a Moneybag Yo or somebody from the South doing that. Like, people y'all think are not like adequate or eloquent MCs or just true lyricists, yes. Which is not I'm not saying it's not a place for people like that, but over our Alchemist beat, I'm just like, ugh, it just doesn't match to me. It's just like, yo, dude, say this over a trap beat. Like, say this over a future bass beat, not this Alchemist beat. It just feel like it doesn't match.
I have the like I would never want to hear him over trap. Actually, I have the opposite reaction. I do think that the kind of like sparseness of some of the beats and the atmosphere that Alchemist creates has a like 3 a.m. in the morning, almost haunting vibe. Some of the 70s kind of samples have like a nostalgia of like a previous time that I think works really well for Boldy as this aging figure within the rap game, contrasted to the young cats who are doing similar things. And I think it provides a different atmosphere. So, I mean, I'm fine with you feeling like that, but I still haven't really worked out exactly what type of things it is that you look for in music, and that's a good thing. And yeah.
Out of curiosity, would you say you didn't like the album?
No. Once again, it wasn't a bad album, wasn't a good album. Just I like
Whelmed.
it's just whelmed, man. I'm like, it's not bad, it's not good. Just like, would I tell somebody to listen to this? Yeah, listen to it. It's not bad, but don't expect much. That's what I'm saying. It's not soul changing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that it was soul changing, life changing, whatever either. I do think I'm probably going to come back to this record more than I should, like relative to how much I like it, just because I think it is extremely functional as like, there's some cool fucking coke rap. Like when I just want to like listen to some hip hop, and I don't want to be like really, really challenged, but I don't want something super basic either. I feel like this is like a really nice
middle
kind
of the road. Y'all just saying what I'm saying. It's flat. It's a middle of the road.
I think I think you're putting it in a negative light where I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I gotta admit, I'm getting a little bit of like a negative from you too. That's why I'm like,
no, I'm not saying it negatively, guys. It's not bad. It's not good, man. It's just an album. It's just something like. Will I go back to
that
this?
Should be our rating criteria. Best album ever, worst album ever.
An album.
Right? So it's just an album.
Yeah,
I think it's the best album ever. Under that criteria, best album ever.
I think album, man. It's right slap dead in the middle, dude. It's not a bad or good. I keep saying, like, I don't mean this negatively or
No.
pejoratively.
That was, I wasn't sure because you said middle of the road, which is something that I would read as a negative.
Average ain't
statement.
bad, man. By definition, most of us are average. Yo, I'm just saying, we got to get out of this. Everybody ain't exceptional. Everything can't be exceptional. This is not an exceptional album. Like, is it worth listening to? Yes. Is it produced well? Yes. Because Alchemist always shows his ass off on production, even though I'm tired of it. Are the lyrics solid? Yes. Is he above average? He is. But it ain't just like exceptional. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be one of those guys on YouTube. Oh my God! And then you can complete the kill you girl. And jizz off on it. It's like,
I hate those guys too.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm not gonna downplay an album or boost it up. For me, it's just all right, cool. Like, would I go back to it? Just an album. I'm like, yeah, maybe later in life. But you know, should you listen to this? Sure.
I guess also this is like a pretty classic case of where like quote unquote objective criticism just doesn't really work, because I thought the beats were dope. I thought, you know, the production just generally is dope.
Very clean.
I think Boldy James is a dope MC. I like his rhymes when he chooses to rhyme. I like when he doesn't choose to rhyme. I like his voice. I like his delivery. But
here it comes.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. I like it. I feel pretty mostly positive about it. I guess ultimately it is not for me. Like, I've got to be real. It's not
You
for
sound like me now.
Prodigy is one of my favorite MCs, but he's also not one of my favorite MCs. I've always loved Prodigy. I feel the same way about Boldy. He's a really good at what he does, and when I want some of that, like on the menu, I go to a cat like Boldy. I think Price of Tea in China is a great album. I think Bo Jackson is a great album, and I like what Boldy does lyrically, big time. And that's the biggest surprise for me in this, that you think that he's just I think he's exceptional. I think he's above. I think knowing so many damn rappers, I feel like people would want to rap like this.
Somebody gonna go to my lyrics like, I heard your album and I know you ain't talking about basic lyrics. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen, dog.
I mean, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that. But
shouts out to Tecmo also. I've been playing Neo 2, and that game's great. I love that
game.
game.
Ninja Gaiden, man.
Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden, that's just
I
cool.
say Gaiden, but it's Gaiden.
I've always said
story,
Gaiden.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm a Gaiden from the south. Ninja Gaiden, but it's Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
I always want to, because Gaiden means like side story, but I don't know what it's the side story to.
To the ninja.
Ninja Gaiden is set.
Apparently, right?
To the ninja. Is it a title, bro?
I guess.
Because Gaiden is side stories. Saigen is reenactment. Yeah.
Shouts out to my boy Liu Hayabusa. Shouts out to Boldy James, Alchemist.
Yo, how did y'all? If we could just detour for a second back to the same type of topic, Street Fighter. Growing up, we call him Ryu.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I didn't learn it was Ryu till later.
Right,
we live in
call him
Japan.
Ryu.
We live in Japan. His name's Ryu.
Ryu.
It's not Ryu as in dragon, which is like a common because he's got Shoryuken, which is like dragon punch, like rising dragon punch or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Ryu in his name is like method, like style.
Yes, style, technique.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get that deep into my man Ryu's.
See, I say Ryu too.
That's how we grew up calling him.
Ryu.
But
No, but it's Ryu.
I remember
Yeah,
when, and even Virtua Fighter, I was like, yo, Cage is ill. It's like, no, it's Kage.
Kage.
And I was like,
Kage,
man,
yeah.
fuck that. That's Cage, dog. But
Yeah.
anyways, I'm in Japan now, so I'll keep it correct. You know, karate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, for me, greatest album ever.
Yeah.
If we're doing greatest album ever, worst album ever, greatest album ever. I like it more than I really do find a lot of value in it and enjoyment.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Greatest album
Album.
I think we just found our rating criteria.
ever.
Greatest album ever, album,
trash.
worst album ever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's
All
album,
right,
dude.
man. I mean, we're gonna listen to more of it. The new Earl is coming out next month, and I know you're not a big fan, but there's going to be Alchemist on it, and I'm waiting to hear for your praise that you give Alchemist. I still haven't heard you give him praise with
Alchemist?
an MC. Yeah, I want to find an MC that you like over Alchemist. Is it going to be Action Bronson? Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Gibbs? Who is it going to be?
Probably Gibbs.
Yeah, probably. All right, man. We'll be back. I think this is our last recording of the year, maybe. We'll be back early next year and
Y'all
figure
be
it
safe.
out, man. Thank
Do it
you.
on the left.
It's not Christmas yet, and this will probably come out after Christmas. But as you can see by how these two are dressed, Merry Christmas. Have a good New Year.
I might
Just
drop
flex.
this. I got to drop the top 10s, and then
Yeah.
I'll drop these. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Merry Christmas 2022 if you're watching this time next year.
Yeah.
Fuck the all right.
Secret house. Secret house.
Listen to my album Elspadia too. Sorry, I had to put that in there.
Let's get it. Bitches concrete.